Hey guys, welcome back to Tarot by Cherie. How are my beloveds doing today? All right, let's get started on today's reading and see what messages Spirit may have. Hope everybody's having a great day today. I'm very curious to see what shows up for us today. All right, the Lover's card. All right, so I see somebody is really excited and happy. You're moving toward someone that you actually didn't know or didn't think was interested in you. I see you moving toward this. You've been wanting this person, and I see it looking very abundant, like things are gonna work out here. All right, let's continue and see what else we have. And guys, if you've always wanted a reading, you have questions, you can click on my description below the video and see what I offer as far as readings go. I'm seeing a masculine coming in. This is with the celebratory card right next to you. This is someone you want to give to. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but this is regarding someone who you've known, someone who's been in your life that you cherish. All right, and the Two of Wands is here, which is, you wanting a new start maybe with this person or a new beginning of sorts. But Spirit is saying be careful, because there's a lot of things going on in the background that you're not privy to right now in regards to this person. It's not necessarily something good or bad. They're just saying, be careful, take your time, in other words. All right, we have some type of holdup here momentarily with this Wheel of Fortune. So this could be a lot of you just feeling like, again, with the wrenches being thrown in your course, your path, things getting in the way, things may not be going smoothly this week. All right, but Spirit is saying hang in there. All right, because some of you, or if not all of you, are sitting on the fence with something. Some type of burden, it looks like, and this is going to be a breakthrough, some type of financial breakthrough that you're going to experience. Okay, so let's continue with this, and you have the 10 of Pentacles, all right, coming in quick with this Four of Wands, which is happiness abound, celebration, lots of yeah, there's some type of ending here, but this is a good ending. Something negative that you're putting an end to is going to bring in this balance finally, and this might be something to do with finances, love, or both, okay? So this could be either or both, and it looks like whatever this is, the expectation should be high because it looks like it's coming in very fast. Someone today is feeling stuck on something, all right? You're feeling like this masculine, I think he's the one going through the setback, actually. He feels that there's something going on. There's more to the story than what you're telling him, and he feels like you're not being honest and open and forthright, all right? So this is creating a stuckness here for him, all right? Meantime, use your intuition on what you're doing, what you're saying. You want to make sure that you're being very clear with this person, because, you don't want them to misinterpret you, or in the end, like, kind of have a reason to switch things up and, change around a course of events or something that happened or something that was said. All right, so be very clear with this person, what your intentions are, and especially if this is resonating. And if it is, please comment below the video. All right, here I'm seeing some kind of information coming in. This information is going to be very positive. We've been seeing this all week, guys. All right, It also has something to do with your manifestation capabilities. I feel like some of you have been wanting to bring this person in, or you're wanting to get closer to this person, or even, start up a relationship with someone, and maybe things just haven't worked out. Maybe you think they're not being receptive, or maybe you just, the timing hasn't been right. You're missing each other, yada, 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 for whatever reason. But now the timing is perfect for you to bring this person in through manifestation. All right. And I'm seeing that this person, when they find out that you're interested and you're into them, they're going to be pretty damn happy about it. Okay. So in a sense, this looks like Spirit is saying, spill your beans. Okay. Communicate with this person and tell them how you're feeling. All right. And at the same time, use your manifestation skills to get what you want. That's how 5D is going to roll, guys. Anything you want, you're going to be able to bring in through manifestation very easily. Not like before with, as a matter of fact, those of you who this might be the last of it. Maybe that's why so many of you are going through it this week. It's kind of maybe like a purge from all the energy, with wrenches being thrown into everything. You take 2 steps, 3 steps forward, you have to take 4 steps back, right? That feeling that, the wrenches are being thrown into things and you're not able to complete things or get to where you want to be. There's so much of it this week that I almost feel like this is the end, okay? This is the last purge before we move into 4 and 5D, because this layout is specifically saying that the things that are, creating conflict, I want to say, and it's very important that you speak your truth now, all right? But there's conflict around you, and I see defensiveness around you, and a feeling of feeling left out in the cold, like things are just not going as you would like them to go. All right, but then we have this Knight of Pentacles here. This is good news around what's to come. What the future is going to look like for you is all good. All right. So let's see if we can get more on this. I feel like there's going to be a door. There will be a reading. All right. And it's just all going to spill out in that reading. One day you'll come on and it'll just be the doors and windows will be opening. It'll just be time. And from that time on, you're going to notice that things are starting to go smoother for you and easier, and you'll feel lighter and happier. All right. And then it's just going to keep moving forward because you're going to keep manifesting it rather. All right. So I'm seeing a lot of you are looking away. There's a financial opportunity, a big one that's going to pop up for you. This might be, next week sometime. I'm seeing the victory card here next to it. So they're saying that don't miss this. Okay. Whatever you do not let this pass you by. Don't miss it, because this one is a definite. Okay. This is a shoo-in, and it's going to be a victory for you. All right. Because they have the Page of Swords here, which is you looking away because you're focusing on something else. You're holding on to something with friends, or you're doing things with friends, or you're going to, it feels like you're just distracted. You're very distracted. All right. So they're saying when this one comes in, make sure you pay attention, because this is going to be the one. All right. Now we have the World next to the King of Pentacles. This is the opportunity that Spirit was just talking about. This is confirmation. This is you looking abundant if you're, clear enough to pick up on it when it comes in and you grab onto it. Your strength is right in the middle. So this is going to create a lot of good things for you. All right. I see the energy within this whole scenario is about strength. It's coming in very strong. All right. This is also about you going through transformations and getting away from chaos. All right. Is that making sense? All right, so start moving away from anything chaotic if you want things to go smoother, if you want to feel lighter and happier, if you want to move into these 4th and 5th dimensions. It's vital. If you do not move away from the negative energy, such as negative people, places, things, you unfortunately will keep getting dragged back into the 3rd dimensional emotions, situations, And that's where you're going to end up staying. If you're comfortable there and you like how life has been treating you thus far, then that will be your decision to stay. All right, the Ace of Wands tells us that there's something you want, Aquarius. This feels like it has something to do with you. This has nothing to do with others. This has to be something that you want to happen for you. All right, and I see that there is this person that you need to take a break from. All right, so taking a break away from this person, this could be somebody we just spoke of with negative energy. All right, so you can focus on you. You are the star, and you have this Ace of Wands next to you, meaning that you are getting ready to have some kind of situation where you're going to grow, a growth spurt, like personally, or could be career-wise, could be both. All right, so, but it is about something you're wanting, and it's all about something for you. It's not for someone else, okay? I see that I have someone who is single right now who wants this partner. I'm seeing you with this person. If you were wondering at all if you're going to end up with this person, it looks like a yes, but you can get a reading just to make sure. And guys, if you're, for those of you who are telling me that, oh, this is bull, it's not resonating, you guys, do you honestly believe that every single person goes through the same exact scenario every single day? Think about that, because no offense to the other readers out there, but that's basically what they're saying, right? When I do my readings, this is a public reading. I'm tapping into different people, different energies that I'm feeling. If you want me to focus on your energy and your energy alone, then you need a private reading that I offer. Again, you can click on the description below the video and get your own private personal reading. All right, they are pre-recorded, although I do offer phone readings as well. This person that you're going to end up with is going to be the light of your life. They're going to bring in so much sunshine. They're going to show you things. They're going to take you places you've never been to. They're going to bring so much sunshine into your life and be literally the light of your life. I do see marriage also down the road is a good possibility here. All right. So with this Two of Pentacles, this could be for someone who is not feeling great today. Matter of fact, you might be feeling some sort of sadness. You feel like you give to people and they take advantage of you. All right. This is like you going back and forth in your mind about, should I stop being the way that I am? Like literally, do people actually deserve you? All right. First, I want to say whenever we do something kind from our heart to help someone, never, never, never expect them to give something back or do something back. Like, don't think they owe you a favor. Don't do things with your head in that place, okay? Thinking that way. Do things because that's who you are and that's what you want to do, and you're spreading good karma and you're lifting people up as well as you. You're lifting not just them putting a smile on their face, but you're lifting their frequency as well as yours. Okay? Also, though, I feel like you're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You might be feeling like burnt, angry, like stepped on. All right? So that is the main reason why we don't go into it like that. But when you do decide to help people, do it from your heart with absolute no expectation whatsoever. Okay? Whoever these people are, we all have karma to deal with. Our decisions bring in karma, good, bad, or indifferent. It will happen to each and every one of us depending on our situation and how we're behaving in life. All right? But I do see this justice coming in, all right, because you are a giver. I'm seeing you're going to be paid for this way more than people who are takers, okay? So I really feel this, guys, when the gifts start pouring in. I feel like the people who are out there doing mostly good are going to get bigger gifts and more of them, all right? So I see, keep focusing on being a giver, Spirit is saying. They're watching you. All right, and let's continue. we have the Empress. Okay, right now you're going through a tower moment, it seems. And this looks like, you know, something we ran into yesterday. This looks like two sisters. And I think somebody did comment and tell me this might have been their scenario. But I still see this tower moment going on. And I see the Empress with a lot of judgment here in the middle of her and this tower moment. And this other feminine feeling stuck, okay? So I just get this feeling that this might have something to do with one of you or both of your egos or something along that line. Because the power and the energy I'm getting from this layout is that this can and should be resolved. The argument or whatever happened between you is not all that serious enough for you to be going through all these emotions. So you're expending all these emotions, stuckness, judging, feeling, going through a tower moment when you don't need to be. You can just clear this up. All right. And when we finally come into our, you know, authenticity, we don't have an ego anymore. We don't let the ego get ahead of us. We don't let that affect us. And in the fifth dimension, you will not survive in the fifth if you still have an ego. There is no ego there. All right. If you think about it, every time you use your ego or someone else uses their ego gets involved. It's usually like a bad type of energy stuck with that or attached to that, right? Okay. So let's move on. I'm seeing, again, with these two feminines, who is this? Okay, whoever you are, they just are nonstop on you girls, okay? There should be movement here between the two of you. Instead, there's upset. They want you to have this new start. Now, this could be something very deep for the two of you. Very spiritual. This could be something, because I keep getting this, all right? This could be someone on the other side, a mother figure, father figure, or someone who's passed on that is freaked out by the fact that you girls are not speaking or you're not close. And this might be really bothering them. So they're just, you know, hitting me up with this energy and, you know, wanting the two of you to fix this. All right, so just so you know. All right, let's continue. We have the Seven of Pentacles with the Six of Swords and the Ace of Swords. All right, so this could be work-related, financial. I see you moving toward, you're using like your clarity, your intuition right now. Somebody is using their intuition about maybe career decisions, a job decision, something to do with your money. You want to do something where you can continue to grow and make more money as the years go by. And you are somebody who's really getting your ducks in a row. You're thinking very long and hard about this, making sure that wherever you end up, you're going to set yourself up. All right, if this is you, please comment below the video. And then I'm seeing a very intelligent masculine here. And I feel like for some reason, you're putting out some prayers today. And some of this is about loneliness, okay? So you might be feeling especially lonely today and, you know, actually praying for someone to come in. All right, and if this is you, make sure you're not at home sitting in front of the television every day by yourself. Where are you going to meet your person? How are you going to meet somebody if you're not getting out, okay? So guys, if you're lonely, if you don't want to be alone, but you're not, you know, making friends, you're not going out, you're you know, not taking people up on invites, go. Even if it's somebody's little kid's birthday party, go. You never know who you're going to meet, okay? And with that, I'm going to say, you know, I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I hope for many of you it made some sense. And I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Take care.